Shalom, Yashala, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Yashah Allah. Called Holoyim La Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Bahasham Harakakodash for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Aquathers keeping the faith in the works. Y'all keep at it. It's your brother Abaya coming at you with more precepts. 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Right? We are not ignorant of Satan's schemes. We are not ignorant of the adversary's mind. We know how this devil get down, right? Through, first and foremost, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, exposing this devil for who he really is in the scriptures. And secondly, through experience over, through history. Because you run the same plays over and over and over and over again. Right? They speaking about, that the new plague that's apparently hitting this earth. I don't speak too much on it. But only thing I will say is, here we go again. So I'm going to let these videos play. I'll be back. Fair use. This is not monetized. I'm not getting paid to make these video epistles. This is for educational purposes only. All right? This is showing examples of what I just said.
You know my work? I was right about Dallas, wasn't I?
How were you right?
Are you familiar with the antivirus, Agent Mulder?
Yeah, it was a dead.
Here they go, putting a specific V in a show. And this show is old as hell, right? But here we go again. Right?
The virus spread by field mice in the southwestern United States. You right?
You know my work? I was right about Dallas, wasn't I?
How were you right?
Are you familiar with the antivirus, Agent Mulder?
Yeah, it was a deadly virus spread by field mice in the southwestern United States.
Spread by... Now, and this is how they saying that this thing, where it came from. It said it came out of mice, out of rats, out of rodents, right? Rodents, feces, and urine, right? How they knew about this, hey, I don't know, but hey, there it is.
States several years ago.
According to the newspaper, FEMA was called out to manage an outbreak of the hantavirus. Are you familiar with what the Federal Emergency Management Agency's real power is? FEMA allows the White House to suspend constitutional government upon declaration of a national emergency. Think about that. What is an agency with such broad sweeping power do in managing a small viral outbreak in suburban Texas?
You're saying it was such a small outbreak?
No. I'm saying it wasn't the hantavirus.
Well, what was it? What was it?
When we were young men in the military, your father and I were recruited for a project. They told us it was biological warfare, a virus.
What killed those men?
What killed them, I won't even write about. We have no context for what killed those men, or any appreciation of the scale at which it'll be unleashed in the future.
A plague?
The plague to end all plagues, Agent Mulder. A silent weapon for a quiet war. The systematic release of an indiscriminate organism, for which the men who will bring it on still have no cure.
Okay, so I didn't do anything with the sound, but you can see. Let me spin this back so you can read that. Well, maybe I'll read it. Let's see.
A plague?
The plague to end all plagues, Agent Mulder. A silent weapon for a quiet war. The systematic release case of an indiscriminate organism, for which the men who will bring it on still have no cure.
It sounds like, look, he said they've been doing something on this. They've been working on this for 50 years, while the rest of the world have been fighting. You saw. They've been negotiating a planned Armageddon. Negotiating with whom? I think you know.
You alright?
You know my...
So, yeah, that was in a TV show called The X-Files. Let me see. X-Files predicted hantavirus as alien instigated Armageddon and is planned out in 2026. The episode is wild, a manufactured hantavirus outbreak with no cure, which is the same thing they saying about this thing. It said deliberately released as the end times trigger. All right. And you can read the rest, you can pause it and read it. But that's just wild, right? That's wild how they put this in a show, several years ago. And here we are in 2026 with the specific V that they were speaking about in the show. And how, in the show it says where it comes from in real life. It's the same thing. And on top of all of that, you have the nations gathering together for war. And according to the show, this particular V is supposed to bring in Armageddon. If you don't know what Armageddon is. So Revelation 16 and 15, behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. All right. It says, and he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. Right? Let me see. See what that one. Going to this word. Armageddon. Hold up. Salat.
Strong's G 717. Harmageddon. Harmageddon.
Says the hill or city of Megiddo in Revelation 16:16. The scene of the struggle of good and evil is suggested by that battle plain of Esdraelon, which was famous for two great victories. All right, so basically, it's a battle. It's the battle, right? And how it's said in the book of Revelation 16 and 16, he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. For what? Right? Let's see. Joel chapter 3 and verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is Yahweh's decision. Right? For what? For the final war called Armageddon. That final war called Armageddon. The final battle. Right? It says, and will plead with them therefore my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
We have new information on the hantavirus outbreak. We're now learning that dozens of people actually left the ship on April 24th without contact tracing. That's about 2 weeks after the first passenger died on board. The company now admitting this today. Now, the company had previously said that the Dutch man who died on April 11th was taken off the ship on the remote South Atlantic island of St. Helena, where his wife also disembarked, and then she flew back to South Africa and then died there. Now today, the company says 29 passengers actually left the ship at the time. The Dutch Foreign Ministry is putting that number actually at 40. The company hadn't even previously acknowledged that dozens more people left the ship during that time. So the people who left the ship to return to their home countries, we know at least 12 different nationalities.
Yeah, so am I saying that this is for sure? Like, this is what's coming. This is exactly what's... Nah, I don't know. Right? I have no idea. It's several things as far as the plague goes that's being unleashed on this earth. Let me see if I can find this other get up.
Mushroom hunting, and I found, there it is right there, the tick box. I'm not going to touch it because there's ticks all over that thing. I know there is. Look at them crawling out of it. Millions of them. You can see the tick. I'm out here.
All right. So if you see in that top right corner, it says, BG funded research into genetically engineered cattle ticks. Now, 450,000 Babylonians or Americans have red meat allergies from alpha-gal syndrome caused by tick bites. All right. So there's a lot going on, man. There's a lot going on. This is just one aspect of all of the things that are happening in this earth right now. This devil got that digital, the Revelation 13, the MOTB, it is ready. I'm talking about all aspects of it is prepared. All they got to do is mandate that thing. Now, wouldn't it be plausible for them through a shutdown, whether it be, like 2019 or 2020. And when I say like, I'm talking about exactly, based off of the V, or whether it be a energy lockdown based off of what's going on overseas. Wouldn't it be plausible that, for them to shut this thing down and then reopen it with the policy of, well, the world ain't changed again. This is the way we're doing it now because everything is tainted. You remember they did the same thing in 2019, 2020. There was a lot of people that were not taking cash. Right? What else going on with the money? They not making pennies anymore. Right? They stopped printing pennies because they said the cost of printing the pennies cost more than the penny itself. So they stopped doing that. It's saying that the nickels are next. All right, so I'm saying all this to say, and I'm showing you all this to say. Matter of fact, Ephesians 5:15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of Yahweh is. You have to understand. This place has to stop. It has to cease. And the Lord has already told us, in order for this place to stop, it got to get extremely bad in this place. Right? So, gird up your loins like a man. Get your spirit right. Put on the whole armor of the Most High. Because we in for a real deal battle. We already been fighting, but it's about to get that much harder. But get what though? The angels of the Lord encampeth around those that fear him. Right? We can hide in the secret place of Yahweh because we understand that his name is a strong tower. And we will run into it for that shelter and that covering. All right? Call Loyim La Yahweh Ba Shamna Hawa Shai Baha Sham Harakako Da Shalom Yasha Allah Wah Ba Ba Ba.